What's going on, my guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Garrett with Game of the Beach. Very excited to be here with you today because we're going to be playing around with a new deck. It was actually a recommended deck from you guys, you girls, you everybody, which is super fun and actually very effective. We're going to be showing off how to use Dryad, utilize Dryad in this week's Faction Booster, and also how to use Clock of Power, which I feel like has kind of gone by the wayside recently. But in this deck, it's absolutely filthy, coupled with Dryad in a very kind of different way than you might think. So fellas, grab your coffee, grab your device, and let's head on down to Game by the Beach. Welcome back once again, fellas. We're going to be jumping right into a replay here, showcasing a deck that was actually recommended to us that has been a little bit of fun. Okay, we're going to do a replay right here. We're going to go through this game, talk about how this deck works and why it's beneficial to use this deck and this strategy for this week's Faction Booster. And then we're going to jump into a live game right after this one is all said and done. So we're going to be rocking Jay here, which I like Jay. I think she's just really strong, really good nowadays. Maybe not the ultimate hero, the best hero to use necessarily. If you guys have, something better, by all means. But we have an Inquiz on a tile already, and we've already gotten him to a rank 3, which I think is super good. Actually, her, right? We gotten her to a rank 3. We got a her as a J and a her as an Inquiz. But because we're using Dryad in here, and Dryad is part of that Faction Booster, as you can see right there, boom! Level 3, level 3, I almost said J. Dryad out of a level 2. We didn't have to do anything. Leveling up our Inquiz, and that's kind of the name of the game, okay? Our Dryads are just going to continue leveling themselves up to where it's very easy to get our Inquiz, and for that matter, any damage unit that we or you use, get them really leveled up, and then we can just focus on a bunch of other things. So we've already got our Inquiz to level 4. We're going to try and get our Inquiz to a 10 stack with Sword, but we are fighting another player, a Max Cultist, by the way, who's also running Sword. Equipment, Max Epic, level 13 Epic, Max Epic, nothing too crazy. But yeah, that's the name of the game. We're going to just get our Dryad. So right here, we're going to try and get our Dryad to a rank 3. Then we're just going to hold out on that one rank 3 Dryad until it gets ranked up to a rank 4, in which case we're going to level up our Inquiz to a rank 5. And then we're going to just keep on chilling. See right there? Oh, okay, so we didn't have the ability to get our Dryad to the right rank, so it ranked up a rank 1 to a rank 2, which we could then get to a rank 3. Not really ideal, but it's going to be okay. So now we can just sit with that Dryad and wait until she, Dryad's a girl too, right? Dryad, wait until they get to a rank 4, and then we can get our Inquiz to a rank 5. And in the meantime, we're going to be filling our board with clocks, we're going to be filling our board with swords, and hopefully at some point we can get a 10 stack Ascended Sword. But fellas, from that last video yesterday, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. Talked about Dryad and how to use it best this week. Let me know what other decks you would like to see, because a lot of you guys recommended different decks, and we're going to be trying them out. Some people recommended Bruiser. Somebody recommended this. I got a recommendation for Rogue, a Rogue deck. We might try that out a little bit. And remember, this is a replay, so right after this game is finished, we're going to be jumping into a live game, live footage of us trying to make this deck work once more. We actually played this deck 3 times. I think I won 2 out of the 3 games. One of them I think I should have won, but ended up taking an L to Shaman Max Robot. But we don't need to talk about that. So we got our Inquiz to rank 5. You can see I'm not so worried about my Inquiz absorbs. They're going to come here and there. But because he's got, what, 1, 2 Ascended Red Swords, it just makes it that much more difficult, because if I have another Inquiz on my board, my shield is not going to come back, just like it's not coming back right now. So I got to go back to the mode of filling it. And how long does it take for that shield to come back? 20 seconds it takes to absorb. So we got to battle it out for 20 seconds until those Inquizes go away, and then we can get our shield back, and then hopefully continue to stack our swords. There's the shield. But fellas, if you are enjoying this video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, and if you want to help support the channel and you're going to be making any in-game purchases, make sure you guys are going through My Games and using code BEACH. The links are in the description. I have a link of where to go for My Games. I also have a link to a video I made explaining how to get to My Games and how to use code BEACH. But you guys can use My Games exactly how the regular shop in-game works. So you can do the Premium Pass, Hero Tavern Pass, Platinum, whatever you want to buy. And for no extra cost, you can use code BEACH, and it helps support the channel and it enables me to continue making the content that you guys enjoy so much. But right here, I feel like we could probably go a little bit more aggro to try and get more clocks and fewer swords. But the reason we were waiting right there was just to ensure that that rank 4 Dryad got to a rank 5, and then that rank 5 Dryad is now on a rank 6 Inquiz. So that's pretty good. And right here you can see we're not really merging out a ton of clocks necessarily. I don't really want to. The only reason we would merge them out right now is if we don't really have another play to make. If we're just kind of stuck. So that's the reasoning behind that. But we got Gorgon coming up next. We shouldn't have any problem. 219, not a big deal at all. We did get hit by a red sword, and our shield is gone. Little absorb right there. Let's see what we get next. We're going to level up our Inquiz to max. Let's see what we do. We're going to do another Inquiz. Why the heck not? Get to 11. We're lucking out right now with our sword spam. With his sword spam not hitting us, I should say. You can see how much he's spamming. One of our blue ascended swords already has a negative 10 stack. Doesn't matter at all, really. But just kind of crazy either way. Finally, we get an absorb right there. We got to 12. We do have 1,800 mana, so I think we're going to be able to spam in a little bit. There we go. Another 3 Inquizzes. Again, not the end of the world, because as soon as we absorb them, it's going to get us to 15. We're always trying to work to get to 20. That's the minimum that you would want to get to in order to really get benefited by the Inquiz absorbs. 4 seconds until Monkey King. One of the main reasons we got Jay in here, not only for the tile that we're utilizing, but also for this damage output to make sure that we're not getting hit by any bosses whatsoever. We're going to merge out those Dryads. I think we could start merging out some swords at this point. We're going to do that and that. And we're going to try and wait for that rank 4 Dryad to go to a rank 5, which it just did. And then also that rank 5 to a rank 6. And it only takes a minute. So we can spam a little bit here. The only thing I don't want is to find a random Dryad. So we're going to try and be just a little bit cautious spamming. Because right there, we got a Dryad. Notice what I do with this Dryad. I'm probably just going to level up a clock because I just don't want that Dryad. I just did it right there. We got another Dryad. I'm going to level up another clock. We got another Dryad. I'm going to level up another clock. I just don't want to have a rank 1 Dryad when that 1 minute mark hits, because then we have a 50-50 chance that the rank 5 Dryad gets leveled up or that rank 1 Dryad gets leveled up. And you definitely don't want that rank 1 to get leveled up. So we're going to keep our board exactly how it is. It's got to be nearing close to a minute at this point. So we're just going to take out Assassin. We handled that wave decently well, but it would be so much better if we could get to a 10 stack. Didn't take a hit from that Assassin. There's the rank 6. So now we have a max Inquiz, which you absolutely love to see. And we can start focusing a little bit more on swords and a little bit more on clocks at this point. And this is where clock really thrives, because we all know that merging clocks does a lot of effect, right? Affects you a lot, slows down your board a lot. However, it's also very, very effective to just fill your board with clocks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we have 1 fewer because we ranked that out. Now we have 1 more because we merged that out. And look at how low our opponent's damage is. He's got 2 Ts, maybe even 3. He's got 3 Ts with 2 rank 5 cultists and a rank 6 cultist. And he's got Mermaid, which I think Mermaid's also giving him a buff. And he has so many clocks that he's dealing with. I didn't even hit my J right there in order to take out Bedlam. And he still had so many amount of clocks to deal with that he couldn't handle. He couldn't handle it. And ends up getting switched by Bedlam. Ends up getting hit by Warlock. and ends up being a GG all the way around. Wait for it. There it is. Hit him with a good game. 2,300 crit, almost 24, which is about as low as I would want to go against. It's not equal, but it's not super, super low. Either way, we saw his equipment already. Max level cultist. We all know max level cultist is tough to take down. This deck made it look a little silly, okay? And imagine if my Inquiz also could get to 10 stack Sword Ascension. We're going to try and do that in the next game here. But we did get our Inquiz to max, which definitely helped. And then the fact that we just filled our board with clocks made it so difficult to play. But fellas, that's only one win in the books. Let's jump into the second game here live and see how we do. Game number 2 underway. Let's see what we can do. We are going up against a Max Inquiz. Max Inquiz versus Max Inquiz, but he's got a Knight statue and a Trapper. So this should be a little bit interesting. Equipment's pretty good. His spear is better than mine, but the other and his amulet is better than mine actually. But the top right, I have him there. So one thing that's a little bit tough. This is a great tile to have it on. However, these two are double buff tiles. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and hang out for a little while, build up a little bit of mana. It's nice that we got an Inquiz right on that tile, right off the bat. But we're gonna be greedy. Okay, we got Gorgon to take out. We know Jay's going to be able to do it. I'm going to try and get to 2,000 mana and see if I can get an Inquiz on one of those two tiles, and then we can start rolling. And the beautiful thing about this game is we should be able to get to a 10-stack Sword Ascension much easier because he's not playing Sword. He's got Knight Statue, okay? The bad news is that he's also got a Max Dryad. Okay, Max Dryad's definitely hard to come by. Level 2 gadget, not too crazy. Max Inquiz, pretty good. This will be a tough game. I really don't know who comes out on top this game, but if we play well and we stick with what we know, we got a pretty good shot. So let's spam now. I'm just going to do that. Okay, so we're going to do that. Ooh, baby. Let's go here. I'm going to do, we're just going to combine these out for now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. We should be able to get some pretty good. I'm going to do this and this. I'm going to combine this out also. We've got some Inquizes that we're going to be able to absorb. This is going to be a little bit of a slow build. That helps a little bit. So we've got 2 rank 1s. We're going to have to wait another 20 seconds after Gorgon just in order to have really just the fewest amount of units on our board, so we have the best chance possible to get our Inquiz to start getting sword stacks, okay? And then we can kind of go from there. We had a bunch of clocks already on our board. I'm not really worried about those clocks early on. I'm much more worried about building the Inquiz's level, building its sword stacks, and then we'll worry about clocks later on. Okay. Just going to do that. Little Dryad right there. I'm going to do this. That'll get to a rank 3, which we'll be able to get to a rank 4. A red Ascended Sword doesn't really matter. He's going to be able to cleanse pretty regularly, so that's not the biggest deal. We're just going to do that and that. We can go here. Beautiful. I'm going to do this. I think we have a pretty good chance of that getting hit. Nope, apparently not. We're going to go here and here. We're going to level up our Inquiz a couple of times. We do have Bedlam that we're going to have to deal with. I guess I might as well spam just in the case of, that doesn't really help us. But we already got our man to a rank 5, which is nice. I'm going to go swords here. I could have used that as a Dryad. That's all right. Another Inquiz. Okay, so let's... I'm going to spam one more time before Bedlam, just to see what we can find. If it's a clock, I'll combine out. If it's a sword, all good. I'm going to do a sword. But our Inquizes will go away in just a second. I'll merge that. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Can I get one more Dryad and then get a rank 4 that turns into a rank 5? No. No, we can't, but that's all right. Now we can do this. I'm going to keep those clocks for the time being. I don't know what our sword stack is at the moment, but we should be getting somewhere. But yeah, I think at this point we want to start having a couple of clocks on our board. So I'm just going to do this. We're going to do another sword, a blue sword. We want to keep one rank 1 sword on our board just because... Oh, kind of unfortunate. Because then we can always copy. I'm going to do this. Oh, there's a blue ascended. Beautiful. I'm going to do this also. Now we'll go here. Unfortunate. But we do have a rank 3 Inquiz, which will keep on building from there. He's got a max pretzel, which is pretty crazy. I'm just going to level up my Inquiz here. I don't know which one I'm hoping for. I guess, oh, yes, sir. That was absolutely gorgeous. Keep on spamming. I don't think we're very good on sword stacks, I'm going to be honest. We're having a little bit of a tough time. But we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, 5 units, actually, on our board that are taking away the chances of our Inquiz getting hit by swords. So that's kind of unfortunate. We're actually at 5, so we're halfway there. We're halfway there. That's actually not as bad as I thought. I'm going to continue to spam because, A, we've got Inquizes on our board anyway, so when they get absorbed, doesn't really matter. And B, if we do get another Dryad, I'm going to rank it out and try to get it to a rank 3, which will then get it to a rank 4, which will get it to a rank 5. You guys know how this works. We're already at a 16 absorb. 16 absorbs. So we're going to do that right away. Now we've got a rank 3 there. I'm going to hold off for a second. Get those Inquizzes absorbed. Merge out. Oh, it's at 6 stack now. Merge out our swords in a second. It's now at a 7. I could probably hang out from here and just look to get my Dryad to a rank 6. There's an 8 ascension. Very, very close. This guy's at a 10 stack. Wish that did anything. It doesn't. But yeah, I think we're actually in a pretty good spot. With that being said, that doesn't mean that we're going to win. I'm really curious. I'm very, very curious to see if we're going to win here. 7 seconds to go until Tribunal. There's our 9. And then that's the beautiful thing is once we get to a 10 Ascension, 10 Sword Stack, nothing else matters. We can combine every single sword out that shows up. But let's just get a 10 Ascension here. I might as well do this. We've got a pretty good chance. Let's wait until our Dryad goes up, and then I'll merge my swords because we don't really need to keep them. There we go. So I'll just merge all these out. Like, we should have a pretty good chance of getting that guy to 10. Did I kind of do a boo-boo here? Did I mess it up a little bit? I'll just do that. Kind of unfortunate. He's still not a 10 stack. I wonder if it's going to make a massive difference either way. We have tons of mana. We're well over 20 stacks now. This guy is coming up on 6 in just a second. I already know that. Come on, baby. We still got 2 blue ascended swords. 1 second to go. Assassin shouldn't be a problem. This guy's at 3 now. That guy's at 7 up there, that clock. Alright, we did take it out. Rank up, Dryad. Thank you. And I think we can just merge out a bunch of swords here, and we should be able to find it. Come on. Really? Really? There we go. There's our 10 stack. So we can do that. We're just going to get a bunch of absorbs here. I'm going to do this. That doesn't really matter. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. Might as well just do that. Why the heck not? We're going to hit our J there. We also want to try and avoid, which we haven't done, we would like to try and avoid having Inquizzes on our board when we're going up against King Pudding. That's actually really important, and that's not what we're doing right now. So I want to see what I want to do here. I'm going to merge these out. Whoo, we lucked out. Whoo, we lucked out, baby. Oh, and he ended up getting switched. That is the power of clock. Hit him with a good game. And honestly, what this deck reminds me of is those gameplay of Sea Dog. Sea Dog rocking Necromancer, rocking Frost, rocking this, rocking that, to where we and that deck isn't outputting an outrageous amount of damage. However, because we're just affecting our opponent's board so much, they can't get that far. 139 million damage is not crazy. 150 million damage from our opponent is not a lot. He's rocking a Max Inquiz, level 11 Knight Statue, Max Dryad, and he can't make it past 150 million damage? He's probably like, bro, really? We got switched by Bedlam on the first, second boss? Like, that's wild, but it's because of Clock. We had an entirely full board of Clock. We had our Inquiz at max. We had it at 10 stacks. And I think pretty much everything else on our board was a Clock of Power. We didn't even merge. And it still affected him so much to where he couldn't take out the second boss and ended up losing right there. And then ended up quitting out, which I don't blame him because Clock of Power is a little bit toxic. But fellas, that's going to be the end of this YouTube video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check you guys out in tomorrow's video.